Good day, sir. The title of the video that I choose is Fatal Shock Electrical Case Histories. The objectives. Upon completion of this discussion, the student will be able to determine the cause and effects of not following the safety procedures outlined of the company, know the disadvantage of using improper tools and not wearing PPE, know the negative outcomes of applying impatience in the job site or workplace. In my video presentation, we can see here the common problems and incident happens in the workplace. So let's start.
Two experienced electricians, Paul and Mark, traced an electrical problem in a high-powered piece of equipment. The problem was in a 440-volt three-phase circuit breaker. They disconnected the breaker from the load side. Then they tested it electrically using a megometer and found it to be electrically defective.
Well, defective. Let me see it. Order another one.
After Paul removed the breaker, he placed it on a counter away from the breaker box. Mark proceeded by ordering a replacement breaker. They assumed that they would later install the new breaker when it was delivered. Therefore, both men neglected to tag the defective breaker as out of order. In addition, neither man communicated the status or location of the defective circuit breaker to their shift supervisor, and the supervisor failed to check back to see that the circuit breaker had been installed. Mark had every intention of installing the replacement breaker before leaving that day. Unfortunately, the replacement was not delivered until so late in his shift that he had no time to finish the job.
I'm out of here.
The second shift supervisor has assigned the installation to a second team of electricians. The problem is, no one on this shift knows which is the replacement circuit breaker. Not following company tagging and communication procedures has in effect created a potential disaster.
Here's a replacement breaker. I can't believe they didn't finish up. We'll never get this rewiring job done if they keep pulling us off of it.
Frank, it's only a circuit breaker installation. It's a 3-minute job. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, well, a bunch of 3-minute jobs add up to be a lot when you can't get your own work done. This just won't fit.
Well, Frank, the right one's got to be around here somewhere. They said it was delivered. Hey, here it is, Frank. Here's the replacement breaker they brought.
Okay, I'll get rid of this one.
Well, everything looks all right with this one, Frank. It works mechanically, but why don't we get the meter and check it?
Look, we've been fooling with this long enough. That one didn't fit, so this has to be the right one.
Well, you're probably right, Frank.
How are you guys doing? You guys have been out here for a while. What's the problem?
Nothing major. See? Fits like a glove. I'm gonna close it now.
Well, defective. Hey, Dad, I'm back.
I'm glad you're back. The boss called and said he needs the equipment you're on. And he said he needs it right away. Did you bring me my sandwich?
Can't believe it. This is ridiculous. I'm the only one out there today. I do not have time for this garbage.
You might like to know he's coming back in a couple of hours to pick it up.
This is unbelievable. This guy's crazy. I'm supposed to drop everything else I'm doing and start...
Jeff is under the gun, and he's not too happy. Like many of us, he works with power tools on the job. The thing is, Jeff is so wrapped up in his own frustration that he neglects the most important thing, his safety.
We all use power hand tools from time to time. Whether it's on the job or at home, the dangers are the same. Jeff was trained by his company to operate hand tools safely and to report any faulty equipment. So why is he taking dangerous chances with his life?
Executive summary. The following are the problem case number 1 and case number 2. In case number 1, the first team neglected to tag the defective breaker as out of order after removing. They also neglected to communicate crucial information about the breaker to the shift supervisor. The second shift supervisor was not aware of the status or replacement of the two breakers when he assigned the installation of the second team. The first mistake of the second team workers was not finding out the status of the job before proceeding. They neglected to pre-test the replacement breakers using the mechanical and electrical integrity. In case number 2, he neglected the basic principles of electrical safety. He used a 3-prong plug with the ground removed and plug it into an unsafe receptacle. Not using power hand tools and using equipment improperly. And both case 1 and case 2 are not wearing personal protective equipment. For the solution, in order to avoid accident, you must follow the basic principles of electrical safety. Those assumptions, along with their impatience to get the job done easily, put their lives in danger. No matter how hard you try to justify them, shortcut and impatience have no place in the electrical work environment. So therefore, in handling electricity, you need to have patience, you need to stay focused on your job, and you need to be responsible in doing your task. If you are not confident to do the job, don't hesitate to call for help from an authorized person. And you should never attempt to perform without the proper training and experience. Only qualified personnel should be involved in the operations. Always consider safety as the #1 priority. Statement of the problem. The aim of my report was to determine the cause and effect of not following the safety procedures outlined of the company, the effects of applying impatience in the workplace, and the main problem of not wearing proper personal protective equipment or PPE as one of the most important things in doing electrical activity. For alternative solution, what is the importance of wearing proper PPE in electrical activity? What are the consequences of not following the safety procedures outlined of the company? Why each incident occurred and how it could have been avoided? Why proper training are very important in the field of electricity? And the last is, how can you apply electrical safety at work? Action plan. For my action plan, I choose one of my alternative solution, which is how can you apply electrical safety at work, and this is my action plan for that solution. Action plan for applying electrical safety at work. In my table, I have action description, monitor by, action taken or to be taken. At site management level, action description. Ensure safe working environment for all personnel in the project. Undergo a monthly orientation among the site management, subcontractors, representatives, workers, and frontline supervisory staff. Conduct a meeting as soon as possible together with a discussion about the basic principles of electrical safety. Monitor by site agent or safety officer. Action taken or to be taken. To be discussed and implement during meeting this coming Friday, November 4, 2022. At frontline supervisor level, action description. Provide specific training on electrical safety on construction sites to the frontline supervisor to enhance their knowledge of electrical safety. All frontline supervisors will be instructed to enhance the site supervision and monitoring on the responsible works areas to ensure that the electrical safety precautions are strictly followed. Monitored by site agent or safety officer. Action taken or to be taken. Training will be arranged during the second week of November. Keep monitoring. At workers level, action description. Safety officers and frontline foremen will brief the workers of work safety alert on construction site through the induction training, toolbox training, and morning briefing sessions. Training topic on electrical safety and proper handling of electrical tools and their associated fittings will be incorporated in the monthly safety training schedule and conducted by the safety officers. Monitored by safety officers, frontline foremen or safety supervisors. Action taken or to be taken starting this month of November. And the last one is electrical safety promotional campaign. Action description. More promotion poster and safety information on safe use of electricity will be displayed on site to arouse the safety awareness of the workers. Monitored by frontline foremen or safety officer. Action taken or to be taken starting this month of November. That's all. Thank you.